feedback, which is usually very, very helpful. So if you don't do this, please make sure that before you go to take any speech or to stand before any audience to speak to them, that you understand what they would like to hear from you. Hi, I'm Buife Nomeh, and I help working professionals to take their presentations from boring to brilliant. And if this is your first time on my channel, do click the subscribe button to become a part of this community. And if you are a returning subscriber, you know how we do. Thank you so much for being a loyal part of this community. Don't forget to comment, like, and share it so that we can have a tribe of people who are giving brilliant presentations at work. In the couple of years that I've had to speak at events, there is one thing that I always strive to do. And that is to find out from either the event host, that is the person who has invited me to come speak at their event, or the participants who would be attending that event, what they would like me to focus on. The reason that I do this is very simple. I like to know what to include in my speech. I like to know what to focus on in the time that I have been given. Because at the end of the day, every presentation is about the audience, is about the people that have come to listen to you. You always want to make it worth their while. Now, one of the things that I've discovered through the years is that no matter what the audience says they want or what questions that lie at the top of their minds, it always falls into one of three areas. One, it could be a pain point, something that they've been struggling with. Two, it can be an essential need, something that they need that would make their life, their business, or their career a lot more easier. And then it could be an aspiration of theirs. Say they want to become a speaker as me, and they would want to learn how to become public speakers as well. When I look at the feedback, which is usually very, very helpful. So if you don't do this, please make sure that before you go to take any speech or to stand before any audience to speak to them, that you understand what they would like to hear from you. Very, very key. Never, ever fail to do this. Now, when I hear what they want, I would then tailor my speech or my training to suit what they want. This includes what stories to tell to make my presentation more engaging and to be able to connect with the audience who have come to listen to me. Now, if you haven't watched my video on how to weave stories into your presentations, go ahead and click right here to watch that video, because this one is a sequel to that video. In deciding what stories to tell in my presentation, I always consider three groups of stories. The first group is my personal story. What event or what experience have I had that these audience members are currently experiencing? How did I get out of it? If it was a problem that they said they would love to know how to overcome, in my case, it's usually how to overcome stage fright. So how did I overcome stage fright? That would be my personal story, and I would use that, my personal story, to help them answer that question. The second group of story that I do like to tell is other people's stories. If you've been in the business community, or if you've ever wanted to start a business but you didn't have enough capital and you had to do a little bit of Googling or searching on YouTube, you may have heard the term use other people's money, OPM, right? Is the same thing as using other people's stories. When you don't have your own personal experiences, or you're not ready to share your own story, you can get somebody else's story and use that to convey your idea or help your audience to answer the question that is top of their minds. The third group of story that I tell is fictional stories. Fictional stories are made up stories, something that didn't happen to me. I don't know who else it has happened to. It's just something that I made up from my mind. And then I decide to tell that. Now, in my course, the Star Presenter course, I developed this fictional character who is a team lead in a bank, and I had to think about the different presentations that this team lead has to give in the course of doing his job. And then I used his story to guide my students on how to plan, prepare, and deliver their presentations using that fictional character's journey through that spectrum. So you can also use fictional stories. Sometimes if you don't think about, if you can't come up with a story, you can't make up anything, you can think about the movies or TV series that you've seen and consider taking a story from those that would help you answer your audience's question. The most important thing to remember is that your audience would always feel more connected to you, feel more empathy, and learn more from your presentation or speeches when you infuse stories in them. So if you're thinking about stories to tell, focus on your personal stories, other people's stories, or fictional stories. Grab My Story Vault is a tracker, a simple tracker to help you track the events that happen in your life or the stories that you hear about, the lessons you can grab from those stories, and how and where those lessons can be applied. This way, anytime you have to give a speech or presentation, you have a ready-made story to tell. Go ahead and click the link in the description box to download it for free. No sign-ups required. Thank you so much. If you found this video helpful, do let me know in the comments, like it, and friend, subscribe and share this with your friends or colleagues who you know would benefit from it as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.